Hello everyone, I'm Angelo. I've been homeless in Los Angeles for 4 weeks now, almost, and before that in Northern Virginia for 6 months. I've been so fixated on my schedule lately, I thought I'll just give an explanation of what a homeless filmmaker, my schedule is like, because I'm just constantly rushing places, which is great, it's really good. Also, I don't like this narrow shutter. That gives the strobe motion. I don't like that effect. I'm filming on my phone. It's all auto controls. I don't know if I can adjust that. Otherwise, it's a great picture. It makes my camera obsolete, basically, by the way. And the other side of this phone, the picture's so wide, I didn't realize I was zoomed in. I guess by default or something. When I zoomed out, picture was so wide. Anyways, so lately it's been going kind of like this. I wake up usually between, like, I don't know, 7, 8 or so, usually because it's getting warm in my car. Even though it's kind of cool out, it heats up in here. I watch a few videos, try and catch up on some stuff on my phone, check my email. I check my email obsessively all throughout the day, seeing if I get any messages from, jobs I've applied to or people I've reached out to. After I'm, in my car a little bit, eat a little bit of food, I go to the gym, shower, exercise. Lately I've been I get so sweaty and uncomfortable in my car in the mornings, I try and have my clothes packed the night before for the gym in my backpack, and I have, whatever. I got a backpack here, and it's got all my, shower stuff and everything, sandals, so that's good. I just go, exercise, come out, fill up some water bottles. This is a brand they have around here, and this is what anyway, so I fill up the water bottles, go to my car, eat a little bit. Usually takes too long as well. I might stop at a grocery store, but now I'm starting to learn too where are the places I can go for cheap food. So I might, after this, go to the food bank again, or I might try and find somewhere that gives free lunch. I have a list of them, but these lunches, they're like 10:30 in the morning. I don't do things that early. After that, I go straight to, or I'm filming, like I'll film right now or I'll film later in the day. But so right now I'm filming. That's what I'm doing after I ate. I'm gonna go to the food bank, and then I usually try and go to a library or a cafe, get on my laptop. I'll read, I'll check up, just follow, check a bunch of stuff on Twitter. I'll practice some Spanish, but also I'm looking for jobs, and I'm sending out a ton of emails, usually either applying for jobs, or if I went to an event the night before, I'll email everybody I met at the event, send all my, links to my best videos or notable works I've done, and say I'm looking for work. And also, if YouTube can do something for you, I'd like to help as well. So I reach out to as many people as I could. Last night I went to that event. It was at Able Cine. It was so cool, with Walter Valpato, I believe his name is, who was the colorist on The Last Jedi, Dunkirk, Jackass #2, which I told him about afterwards that I loved. I saw that in theaters in 2006. I laughed my ass off. So that and Dunkirk have been two of the greatest experiences in theaters that I've ever had. So I'm going to follow up with everyone from there. I'm going to message Walter as well. And I'm trying to learn color too. By the way, it's very, very in-depth. I've studied it before. I've read about it, but I only kind of know the concepts of coloring. I knew what they were referencing a lot of times, sort of, but I've never worked with this stuff. Lookup tables, Rec 709, ton of stuff that, I know some stuff they were talking about. Dynamic range, highlights, lowlights. I don't really know what nodes are in DaVinci Resolve. I want to learn that. But I want to learn color too. I want to learn everything. I got to know everything about production to know what my workflow can be on productions, how much money I should put into stuff, what jobs I can do myself to save money. And they had some amazing cameras there. I met a bunch of the staff there. I took a bunch of cards off the wall. I'm like, I'm going to email everybody. So I'm going to email a ton of people. That doesn't take long, by the way. I'll just blind carbon copy a lot of people. And if there's a few individuals I want to email individually, I'll send them messages. But I can blind carbon copy, and you do that so they don't see everyone else's email address in the email. So that, you know, it looks like kind of tacky. And also if they hit reply all, now you've got this endless email chain of people emailing each other. And I got some info about another group I can go to. So I do that, and then I try and catch up on all the whatever job applications, following up on emails, which I don't get many back, but I bet a lot of people don't get many emails back. That's just how it is. Not everybody responds. Not everyone has jobs. Or stuff I can do, or they, you know, not everyone sees what they can do with the YouTube Filmmaker. So that's fine. I'm going to, but some people have. And I'm going to, I write my screenplay. Someone's coming right up next to me. I write my screenplay. I look at my notes, rewrite my notes a lot, my outline for my screenplay. It is coming along much better, I think, now. I was getting so sprawling and complicated before. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, crap, this is going to be endless. And then I just figured out something. I was like, oh, the you know, inciting incident, or the thing that makes the story really go forward, could be so much simpler and have proper motivation and still be in the same arena, the same world, tell the story I want, but be much, much simpler and low budget. So, and I could shoot it on this phone, by the way. It's so amazing. This Samsung Galaxy. So I'm going to go to the food bank and then go to Starbucks, library, really. That's good. But even stuff like, I signed up for a Starbucks membership card because I was like, well, if I'm going here, you get apparently free drinks and stuff, and you get free refills. And that took like 20 or 30 minutes, I think, maybe less. Maybe I was just goofing around too. But it's just complicated for me to figure out, but I did that because I'm like, well, if I'm here, I may as well do this. By the way, I've met people out, just like at Starbucks or something. I'm like, are you, you know, this person that I've been following online? And in one case, the person knew me from YouTube. So, and we had interacted online before, but I had no idea I would run into this person. Anyways, so I'll write, and that'll take up a lot of my day. So, for instance, yesterday I was doing that. I was writing. I was glad I got that done. The writing, I never get enough time to do as much as I want. I'm always rushing everything I'm doing. And then if I have, I'll check for meetings, meetup groups that I can go to, Facebook groups, and for film meetups, filmmakers. And so there was one yesterday, that Able Cine colorist meetup. That was great. I went to that. I sat in the front row. I asked a question. It wasn't just Walter Volpato there. There was another guy, Chris, maybe it's Clark, I can't remember his name, but he's a colorist at Netflix. And apparently he's like, he just knows everything about how they have to color everything. I asked him a question, but I didn't get a chance to get his card though. I gotta look him up. So I'll look up meetings or whatever I can go to, and then I'll try and go to whatever meeting, and I might not even eat dinner or eat much dinner at all. I didn't last night. I just had a box of Triscuits I got from the food bank, cinnamon and nutmeg flavored. So I went to that meeting last night, and I stayed there afterwards. I met a ton of people. They went to a restaurant down the street, went there, met even more people, because a lot of these people aren't just colorists. They have companies that they work for, or they have their own companies, it seems like. They do all kinds of stuff in film. So I'm like, great, I got to get everyone's info, trying to tell a few stories here and there about what I do. Because people so far think it's pretty cool that I make YouTube videos and I'm doing my own stuff, because a lot of people aren't. They're getting hired for stuff. And so I'm actually making my own stuff. So that's pretty cool. And so I realized even more how important it is to keep making YouTube videos. Then I'll go, and I have a list of places that I always look around. I try and drive around and be aware of what places are good to park at and sleep at overnight. I always got to go to bed earlier, but it's hard to get the chance to, especially stuff like that. Last night, I got finished around 11 o'clock, I think. But then I'll go sleep somewhere, pack my clothes for the next day, might brush my teeth if I didn't earlier, maybe eat a little bit, and then that's basically it. I finished the book about how Martin Scorsese and Universal Studios made The Last Temptation of Christ. It was a good book, great stories. Get this thing off my hand. And I got to keep reading, keep looking out for other entertainers online. Anybody I come across, I find, I just generally trying to reach out and say something in case they need someone like me, you know, who's trying to get connected to a lot of people and has a lot of people's contact info, and also I can be an asset for a lot of people depending what they need. Maybe Abel Cine needs a YouTube filmmaker to get their videos out there. Or another company that was there needs a YouTube filmmaker to get their cameras or, you know, workflow, you know, software or whatever out there. So that's basically it in a day. And I'm always rushing. Like when I was finishing up in the gym, my workouts, a lot of times they get a little bit cut short. I still work out well, but just, you know, as soon as I finish and I stretch again afterwards, I rush over, you know, fill up my water bottle, and then go, you know, to the locker room, get my stuff out, and then try and get on with what I'm doing. And I still got so much stuff to figure out. I got to get an oil change on my car. I got one right before I came out here from those people at, I think it was Wilson Gas. I called them Arlington Auto Clinic because that's what it says on their title, but online they're Wilson Gas. But I drove about 3,000 miles over that, so I know there's some leeway on that, but I got to get an oil change again soon. Good thing is with the food bank and everything, I'm figuring out how to eat cheap, and there are Aldi's around here. I won't even bother shopping at Walmart. The stuff there is even more expensive than at Aldi. And right now I'm headed out again, so I'm gonna go to work. I gotta go.